So there's been some unofficial details recently emerging about the Disney Skyliner service that's going to be coming to Walt Disney World very soon. So let's analyse and discuss all of that up next. Hi there Waltoneers, I'm Jack, this is DSNY Newscast, and right from the get-go I've got to apologise as I'm sorry for missing last week's DSNY Newscast as I caught a cold coming back from Orlando to the UK on the plane. So to whoever gave me that cold on the plane, thank you very much. But either way, I had an amazing time out in Walt Disney World, and whilst I was travelling around Walt Disney World property, it was nearly impossible to miss the impending presence of the Disney Skyliner service on the horizon. As Walt Disney World guests can easily see these new gondola pylons popping up all over property between Disney's Hollywood Studios and Epcot, teasing the arrival of the new transportation system that is set to begin operations by mid-2019 at the latest. But despite guests being fully aware of the Disney Skyliner service coming next year, details about the actual system itself have been relatively sparse. And that's where Jim Hill and Len Tester of the Disney Dish podcast come into all of this. As Jim Hill is reporting that the current layout of the Disney Skyliner is only phase one of a greater plan to connect various Disney resorts with this Disney Skyliner service. As according to Jim Hill, the next step for the Skyliner would be eventually to connect Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge and subsequently Disney's Animal Kingdom with the rest of the Skyliner service. And then also the Skyliner will connect the Good Neighbor Hotel district on the east side of Disney Springs near the old marketplace area as well. And this certainly does seem to be the next logical step for this system. However, there is a big caveat in place in all of this, and that is that the next stage of this Disney Skyliner system won't happen for quite some time. As obviously Disney aren't going to consider greenlighting an expansion to the Disney Skyliner until they have the successful opening of the current existing route of the Disney Skyliner later next year, which actually lines up with what we've been hearing from insiders on the WDW Magic forums, as they've been stating that the next stage of the Disney Skyliner's route and expansion wouldn't happen for at least 3 to 4 years. But the main benefit of this gondola service isn't just the reduced costs compared to that of the upkeep of monorail, but the construction of this service has been relatively quick and easy. And so this would allow Disney the flexibility to expand the service whenever they see fit. But that's not the only attraction of this Skyliner service to Disney, as we're also starting to hear some details about the actual operational experience itself. As according to Jim Hill, but then confirmed by Peter Landsman of liftblog.com, the Disney Skyliner will be able to move at approximately 16 miles an hour, which over a direct line of travel to your destination, it will make this system much faster than the existing Walt Disney World bus service. Then to add on top of all of that, the transportation system will be in perpetual motion, meaning that the hourly ride capacity makes the Skyliner so much more efficient than the traditional bus transportation. And so it's easy to see why Disney are making this very smart decision in opening the Disney Skyliner service. Now the last thing that has been emerging here in terms of new details about the Skyliner system is about the actual gondola cabins themselves, as apparently, according to Jim Hill, the gondola cabins may even have an air conditioning system. However, this is in direct contrast to what we've been hearing previously about the cabins having an advanced ventilation system instead of air conditioning, as that would require quite a lot of power to the actual cabins. However, aircon isn't completely out of the question, as it has been implemented in the London gondola service, but it does add a lot of unnecessary weight and reduces overall efficiency of the service. So at this point, aircon is still highly questionable. But what we do know, and now that we can confirm, is that the type of cabin that will be used as part of the Skyliner system will be able to seat up to 8 guests at any one time. And the design of the stations will make it easy for ECVs to board the cabins without ramps. But the last thing to note here is that inside the gondola cabins themselves, Disney will be adding a special touch of Disney Disney magic to the experience to make it more than just a standard transportation system, but instead something that you definitely want to experience. But sticking with news relating to Walt Disney World, we've got some small updates regarding some new attractions, as it seems that we now have an opening time frame for the new Cars experience coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios, as Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy will be coming to the Sunset Showcase Theatre in early 2019. And over in the Magic Kingdom, work has now officially begun on the new Tron coaster, as the work will require the Tomorrowland Speedway and the Walt Disney World Railroad to temporarily close, whilst minor adjustments are made to the track of the Tomorrowland Speedway. And lastly for today, we have some news about Disneyland, as last week marked the official closure of A Bug's Land at Disney's California Adventure, with construction walls being erected that tease the arrival of the Marvel superhero universe at that park, which we can clearly see with the Stark Industries logo here. However, we still haven't had any official word on what might be coming to the space, but we'll be sure to go into more depth on this topic as it all becomes clearer. But now it's over to you, the Waltoneers. I would like to hear your suggestions for what would you like to see Disney add to the Skyliner to add the extra touch of Disney magic to the service. And that could be in terms of the actual operation of the Disney Skyliner or inside the actual gondola cabins themselves. And of course, don't forget to put the timestamp for where the hidden Mickey appeared somewhere within this video, along with your suggestion or your comment to be in with a chance to win one of these official Waltoneer DSNY Newscast enamel pins. And congratulations to these Waltoneers here for winning with these previous comments from the last few videos. And so that's it for today. So go ahead and subscribe down below if you're new to this channel. Hit that notification icon so that you always receive an update. And also, if you've enjoyed today's video, give this video a massive thumbs up, as it really does help this channel out. And I've been Jack, you've been you, and I'll see you real soon.